Good evening, good evening. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? We're going to give everybody here just a few minutes, and we're going to go ahead and get started. That's not working. Yeah, 1 second, everybody. Just give me 2 seconds and we're going to go ahead and get going. What's up? What's up, everybody? All right. I was trying to troubleshoot my whatchamacallit. This here webcam. I'm not having much luck right now. Oh, there it is. Ah, gotcha. Oh, too much of me. Too much of me. Way too much. Let's tone that down a little bit. All right, that looks like enough Garrett right there. Just enough. All right, let's go live here on TikTok. What's up? Good evening. Live on YouTube, that's right. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and get started, guys. No delay, we're gonna get to it. So as per usual, we're gonna go ahead and go over the news. And then we'll go ahead and get to, so we're gonna do the news. We're going to take a look at earnings, economic calendar, and then we'll take a look at the major ETFs, my watch list, which honestly my watch list is going to be updated in the morning, and then we'll take a few requests here. Alright, I will give you guys obviously my SPY outlook, but what's up, guys? What's up, everybody? We're gonna go ahead and get to it. So obviously recapping. We're gonna recapping on last week, excuse me. S&P, we had the S&P up 6.2%. And if you don't know what that looks like, it's oftentimes where it's really good to go out to a weekly time frame and take a look at what that looks like. Right now we're gonna go ahead and change that retracement, but right there, that's your 6% candle right here on SPY. So you have SPY up 6%, NASDAQ up 0.8, up 8.60%, Russell 5.3%, the Dow 5.3% as well, up, all green. Of course, we saw nickel had a collapse around 23%. We saw oil fall last week, big time. Of course, over the weekend, we did see Bitcoin up around 7% and Ethereum around 13%. So good look there. Let's see here. We also have in bond land, U.S. Treasuries were a little removed for how they started the week. Foundations of a yield curve inversion are starting to take hold in the bond world, though, which suggests some bond traders are plotting course for recession. That corner of the curve appears to be afflict, especially for 3 to 7 year bonds. So at least we have some time, quote unquote, to prepare. Anyway, so Fed last week kickstarts the hike campaign with a 0.25% hike. The Federal Reserve obviously stated with this plan, rates will reach 1.9 by the end of the year. However, one senior Fed official indicated his desire that these rates exceed around 3% towards the end of the year. So, thoughts on Bayer. We're gonna go over my thoughts on this week. So, make sure to leave a like if you guys are here on TikTok. I do appreciate it. Slam that like button. If you guys are on YouTube as well, please make sure to leave that like button if you guys are going to be hanging out with us tonight. Chinese companies, of course, going into this week, we did see a big rebound. We obviously saw the recovery, but reflected on the long year. We're reflecting on the long collapse of the Chinese internet stocks and broader market. In short, confidence in the short supply when it comes to Chinese companies, which can be faulted in large part to the instability of the Chinese government and regulatory outlook. Now, on top of that, you guys know overall I'm always bearish. Period. End of the story. Always bearish on Chinese stocks. And I'll do a more intense breakdown on why, but here's the thing. For the most part, when you buy shares of a Chinese company, you do not actually own those shares. You own a piece of paper that says that someone in the Cayman Islands or something owns those shares for you. So you never actually truly have ownership or have any type of ownership over those shares. So in my opinion, anything that you can't own or verifiably know, is yours, and also is not under the threats of regulations of, we'll just call it intense governments. But all in all, that's just. I am frozen. What's going on here? Can you guys still hear me? Is the audio still okay? It says that it's still streaming. That's really weird. Cameras don't work. Loud and clear on TikTok. Cool. This is just Trading View. That's just Trading View right there. Make sure to hit that like button if you guys are on TikTok. Hit the likes. I appreciate it. We got 1.6K. Trying to get to 15K likes before we end of the day. Okay, so you guys can still hear me. That's all that matters. My face does nothing for technicals. So, let's see here. Thank you. Blackstone plans funds for individuals in effort to raise beyond institutions. A report from Bloomberg indicates that Blackstone is planning to build a private equity fund targeting millionaires rather than institutions. The project's codename BXP. Interesting. BXPE would aim to build sources of supplemental capital, which could then be deployed into deals brought by various teams of Blackstone. Such a fund could open up private markets to millions of high net worth Americans. Of course, we saw the Board 8 Yacht Club, which is totally useless, absolutely garbage. I feel that way very strongly. They released their whole shit in their DOA coins, but that was in the headlines, so I had to go over it. As far as the economic calendar, guys, more importantly, we've got PPI, core PPI, I always get confused. March 23rd, we've got NBA mortgage application index. We've got new home sales. That comes in on the 23rd, so not tomorrow. not Tuesday, we have the 23rd. And then the 24th, we've got durable goods, transportation, initial claims, continuing claims, current account balance, pending home sales. So if you see what I see a lack of data. So really all you should be seeing as far as high impact data is new home sales, initial continuing claims, and durable orders, all coming in on the 23rd and 24th of this week, which again, that means that we have a lack of data. Lack of data is good for the market in some regards because there's nothing to anticipate for that week, no fear. A lot of the times people can feel a little bit more confident and stronger moves. So anyway, earnings this week, we've got the one and only Nike Pinduoduo. That's really starting off Monday. Not really any companies that I'm familiar with worth mentioning. CCL, Adobe, coming in on Tuesday. Poshmark, 23rd, Fundware, EVGO, Jinko, Tencent, I don't even know. TCOM, we've got 24th, we've got Neo coming in as well. A lot of people, it's crazy. We saw that thing down in the $15 level, now back up in the 20s. So, and I think Friday we just some random stocks there. So, alrighty. Other than that, so we got the news. We've got our economic calendar. By the way, Bitcoin supply on exchanges drops to the lowest level since December of 2018. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. I'm gonna actually post that real quick. All right, sorry about that. Alrighty, so I want to talk about SPY because SPY is most important with my analysis here. Lack of data, in my opinion, we can get up and be around the 450s, period. 450, 460s even. Now, I want to explain kind of my thought process right now on SPY. So, first of all, I think a big level above us is going to be 451 and 450. Obviously, you guys can go and set levels there. You can see the candles. You can see the respect given on that time frame for that level. 450, 250 to be exact. You've got an HMA there, and so that's my nearest target. Now, obviously, I think a lot of you guys have seen we talked about this downtrend being broken. That's a lower downtrend. Now we're about to go find, and I believe that because I do not think that we're going to go into straight recovery mode, y'all. I just don't. I think that if we're going to find out what type of market we're in, which I think is a bear market, which means the next high that we make will still be much lower than the previous high. And I do see a gap. I think I've talked to you guys about this one. There's a gap on SPY. This one, I believe, is all the way up at 463. Now, taking a look at SPY and the way that it has dropped, really clean downtrend, obviously was easy to track. Anytime you break resistance, there's always a chance for some sort of retest. I think futures were pulling back a little bit. That being said, I want to see a bounce off of 440 or a gap down in order to stay bullish. But this is really easy, okay? I'm going to keep it really simple for you guys. I have 3 levels to watch for SPY today, or this week, and that's it. 3 levels, and then we're going to find out where we go. And so, again, these are, I want to point these out in a way that you guys can go and look for yourself. So I'm going to be marking the points of rejection, and I'm going to highlight them here. So right here, right, and I'm going to change this a little bit so we're a little bit more. Okay, so right there, obviously you guys can see And I'm gonna restart that really quickly. So this line right here, first bounce down, rejection. So you've got one right there. You've got this double top apex right there, another one, right? This is also a breakout level and a break consolidation on top, breakdown as well. Consolidation here. Okay, so this is a verified level. We've seen many points of contact here. That is the 446 level. Let me make sure that you guys can hear me. Okay, cool. Hear you and see the screen. All right, that's all that matters. All right, so if anybody here on TikTok, I am live on YouTube. I'll be back and forth, obviously reading and answering questions, but going over Sir Bike. Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and just kick you, my boy. Must not know who I am. All right, there you go. But I'll finish up in just a second. So anyway, in order to, if we hit 446 first, expected rejection and possible consolidation here. If we pull back, which I hope we do if we're going to be bullish, I want to pull back to around 441 or 440 even. And it's that simple. This is another key level that we just broke above. And again, you can draw this level back right here. Okay. And you can see these points of contact here. So, and that's where we're at now. So once we pass this level, that's 446.50. We've got another key level. It's right above that. It's at 453. That's the level that I was just talking about. 452.50. That's the next level that I'm going to be watching for SPY to hit. This is a crucial level, and I also want to obviously throw out 450. I don't think that we need to talk about the level 450 in general is a huge psychological number, but not only is it a huge psychological number, there's a huge zone there. So you've got this previous rejection point, right, and you've got that 450 mark right there, which I'm just going to pull this back. So this little zone right here, for me anyway, that's where I think SPY is going to see its trouble. Past that, you've of course got the gap to 463.60, and the main resistance is going to be 458.40. That's to the upside. Now, if we were going to fall and continue to the downside, that would more than likely happen this week or this coming Monday and Tuesday. I think that if we're going to pick a direction, it's going to be right about now. SPY is not short, in my opinion, until it goes back below 435. And that's it. 435 to the downside, 446.50 to the upside. And those are two levels. Set your alerts. Those are going to be levels for SPY to clear. If SPY is stuck in this range, you have between 444, right, which is kind of where you're at right now, 444, 443.50. That's going to be the median line, right? So if you're going to play in the zone, then you're going to have to make sure that you know where that middle mark is. So that's kind of where I would suspect to see SPY to sit and chop, because you can't expect for SPY to just shoot straight past it. It just doesn't work like that, especially not in these climates. We could see something like this, though, where we do just get a brief pullback and then see continuation. Obviously, these candles kind of show you that we are a little bit weak and we don't have a lot of volume. So I'd love to look in the video for sure. Why the fuck are you watching stocks on Sunday? It's not even Monday yet. Yes, I'm well aware of all of these things. This is when you do the preparation. So that way on Monday, you just feel confident. You know where everything is at. So, I'm going to just explain regardless. If they're a noob and they're asking for real, that's great. If they're being facetious, then they're just being petty, and that's on them and their life. And they're just showing a little piece of that to you. Yeah, for sure. So if you guys would like to go to the YouTube channel, I am there answering questions. So if you guys have questions, you feel like I missed them or something like that, it would really, really help me if you guys would drop your request. And I will start, if you guys want, one at a time. Please, with the $sign and all, if you guys wouldn't mind typing out your ticker. If you just type the ticker, it's going to help me see it. Aside from if you want to type something after that, that's cool, but just make sure you kind of like single it out so I can see it. I just don't want to miss it. This is called a screener. Yo, thank you guys for all the likes. 8.2K likes here on TikTok, guys. I really do appreciate that. Other people will be able to see this live as well if you guys keep going. So, alrighty. So anyway, I just want to talk about those levels because those are relevant and prevalent and going to be a factor here. One last thing, okay? One last thing is SPY has a unfilled gap. Unfilled gap, and guess where that gap closes? 446.55. Gap down to 440. All right, cool. We got plenty of room. We can play that gap again. But if we do not and we gap up, I'm bearish short term for a retest of at least 444. So, all right, everything is agreed upon with SPY. I do think that it's worth looking at the weekly, guys. Look at that candle, massive engulfment, breaking down trend. And I will just say right now that this is a technique that I've used before. When I line this up, just throwing this out there, when I line this up right now, I personally get the 458 level, right, for a projected resistance. And if you look at this candle off support, the second candle is not going to be as strong. But I'm telling you this, there's too many confluences at 448 or 458, excuse me, for me to ignore that level. So 458 and 460 are going to be huge. Alrighty. So my watch list, guys, it contains your most basics, and I got it right here for you. So Microsoft, one of the most explosive movers in the market. And I did see somebody's message saying that a lot of insiders are selling Microsoft off. You have to remember that a lot of these people are taking profit. They're not leaving Microsoft. That's not happening. Now, if they are selling off in hordes, which we can go to Quiver Quantitative, right? Shout out to Quiver Quant. Maybe tag them in one of my videos on TikTok so they know I'm shouting them out right now. Shout out Quiver Quantitative. You could go and look. We just upgraded the site big time. All right, so 224. Damn, Tommy Tuberville fucking shorted Microsoft. I just wanted to take a look at that. Okay, sale. Yeah, I think this is profit taking. I don't think this is unloading. How do you know if a gap is filled or if not filled? The price has fallen back underneath it. Anyway, I believe that Microsoft should hit around 320. Simple levels, simple point of control. We're going to keep it simple this week. Look at that right there. We're going to play these levels. We're going to buy long contracts. We're going to spend money on time, not cheap. So anyway, 305 is critical to break to the upside. You've got 305 and 310, obvious levels here. And that's the beauty of Microsoft, is you can always rely on those psychological numbers. So anyway, Microsoft is going to be on the watch list for a break to the upside. We did get a really nice break in downtrend. Okay, so that means we could gap down, see a retest, waiting for several bounce levels like 300 even, and 295. I will update you guys when we when we open tomorrow morning and we go over these in pre-market prep. So Apple, again, this one's just your standard, easy to play. Trying to keep it simple, I guess, this week is the gist of this. This one has a resistance level around 168. I'm banking on that one. HMA is curling over as well. It is at a level where it could, and I have been kind of peeking at it, where it could reject, depending on whether or not this is a downtrend. But you guys can see that 165 is and more than likely will be where we see Apple climb to the upside. Now, looking at the RSI, same thing there. So take a look at the RSI. We saw the RSI where we usually reject, okay, or where we bounce off of. And that's how you want to use those things anyway. But you can see that it's breaking through that middle line, that 50 line. And so our next move up is hopefully into the 70s, where it will hold those highs. So RSI looks good. Our TTM squeeze looks good. Volume looks really good. Sitting on top of the 200-day EMA, all things look good. Downtrend at 168 it looks pretty good. So one second. Now, naturally, Facebook is on the watch list because it has a massive gap. By the way, if this is not a sign to listen to your gut and just take the trade, leg into the trade, look at those higher time frames. This whole setup right here with the falling wedge that we went over, we called this. We saw this really beautiful setup. We thought maybe we could see one tap down. I negated Facebook, or just didn't even look at it. So it kind of took off without me. But Facebook is up against its hourly 200-day EMA. It does have a gap to the upside at 220. This is also just a hot stock period for people in the back of their minds, thinking that they could be getting a pretty good deal on it. I think you're going to see Facebook at $80. Okay, so that's just my price target. Don't take my word for it. But I personally see Facebook at that price mark. But 230. 230 is ultimately my price mark for Facebook. Going into this week, we need to see a pullback first before we... So here's the main gist of everything that I'm going to be saying tonight, is I want to see something pull back. I'm not buying green. I'm buying red. So we need a pullback. I want 212.20. I want 214.50, somewhere in there. I want to see a pullback and a bounce. So that is about it for me. I'll update you guys. I do have AMD on the watch list as well, just because this thing is so pent up. It's the only stock that didn't move, and it's got a lot of room to move. So I still have this one on the watch list for a potential move into the 120s. Alrighty, that's about it for me. All right, please no double requests. I got you. I'll go ahead and look at them now. All right, if you guys have any requests here, I do have a Discord. Yes, I would obviously not buy my Discord if you just tuned in for the first time. Like, obviously, hang out a little bit, listen in tomorrow. Listen to all the other admins. So that's the benefit. If you just want to listen to me, you don't have to do anything. But if you do want the added benefit of the flow, the other admins, 7 other admins, helpers, moderators, etc., You know, that's the Discord part, but just chill here if that's what you're trying to do. So AMC to the moon, maybe one day, but I would just kind of be worrying about something else in the meantime. That's my message. I'm here to watch and learn. Art by Mr. Chris, bro. I need you to DM me on Discord immediately. I feel like I've been trying to hit you up for months, my G. All right. Okay. So, AMD's on the watch list. Now let's take a look at your guys' stocks. So the first one that we have, as far as a request is concerned, is NVIDIA. Whee! Look at that big old green dingus. So that's what AMD did not do. Do you guys notice the main difference here is AMD held a major divergence from NVIDIA, while NVIDIA went and filled a beautiful gap to 265. I could cry. All in all, every single stock looks just like this. We are all broken out, where gaps have been filled, and this is where I start looking down. Where can we bounce? Because profit takers are going to step in. If we gap down, I personally think that NVIDIA needs to go to retest 257.50. Again, tomorrow will be crucial. Gap up, I'm bearish. I think we flush down. I'm not talking like bearish. I'm just talking obviously a red to green day. And you want that. You want to fall first so you can get that recoil. So all that being said, opening up against resistance, not preferred 267.80 to the upside, obviously leading you to the 270 psychological level. So if you guys want to be able to play the little bit of room that is left to 270, that's where I'd be looking. I'd be looking for that retest. So either 261.17 or just 258.50 is where you could be watching for NVIDIA to pull back. Now, as far as trajectory and where we can go, simple levels. Keep it simple, right? We're going to start on the daily here because there's more consolidated data there, right? That's why we're doing that. And we can go and see what major level held us up, okay? And that major level was 273.20. 273.20. Now, right above it, I see a little bit of a, I guess you could call it, I'd say 275, 276.50, right? That's essentially where, as far as I'm concerned, NVIDIA has to break up and out. Otherwise, you're just finding a new downtrend. Again, I want to see a pullback, even a doji here. Look at these candles in this and around this level, big bounces. So again, I want to see a pullback. I want to have another entry. Beautiful thing about this is you can split it in half. Do you guys see what I say about 50% marks? Look at that, the level that you need to break, the level that you need to get to, and then the 50% mark right there. You could probably do that indefinitely. But that's kind of what I see for NVIDIA. I'm not taking a green trade after a giant green candle without some sort of pullback. Period. End of story. So, obviously, you did have a really beautiful breaking downtrend, and again, past that level that I just gave you, 272, 273.50, I would be looking at my daily HMA, which is at 285. So, what are the bars on the right side of the screen? The bars on the right side of the screen are volume profile, and they basically show me how strong each levels are, or how much volume has in this fixed area, how much volume has occurred at that specific price. So, what's the best app to use for trading? Depends on what kind of trader you are, unfortunately. Is it PotterStocks Discord? I'm a full day trader full time. No, it's going to be Simple Stacks Investments. That's the squad. All right. So anyway, those are simple levels to watch for NVIDIA. So check it out. Below 257.60 What does that mean? That means that if you lose that level, you're more than likely going to drop back down to 250, and things are going to change with a quickness, okay? Please keep that in mind, because that's for real. That is the 50% mark on that candle. So watch 257.50, 257.60. All right, so the next one is ENPH. So I had this one in what was going to be either a potential double bottom. Ooh, excuse me. A potential double bottom, right? Which I believe the last time we went over this, I told you that the large green candle was likely going to give you a reversal. You're not too far away from the main level of 190 HMA backing that up as well. Why 190? Obviously right here. You know, boom, 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 boom. Multiple times, boom, boom, boom. So that's going to be the level to the upside for ENPH that needs to break up and actually hit. Now, one thing that I find a bit suspicious is that you are, because this could be considered like a triangle, right? So you're kind of right. Well, just look at the top of this zone. Bottom of the zone is where you're at. The top of the zone, 190 and 192, is where you need to get to in order to start looking for the next resistance, which is going to be 200 even. All of that, obviously, energy sector with tensions rising can continue. I'm not good at predicting war. I keep up with it. I obviously pay attention to it. I don't know America's next move. The more we're involved, the more fearful the market will become, and the more likely we will react. But the more time that we spend, obviously, not doing that, or away off of the conflict and not really adding anything to it, sentiment-wise, or obviously anything more than adding weapons, then we could continue to move up. But anyway, energy sector obviously moving inversely to the entire market. Usually, and of course, that's kind of how things will go in an inflationary period. During those lulls or those pullbacks, that's when the market will go and retest certain levels, fake people out, etc., etc. If this is obviously, bear market. So anyway, 190, 191. All right, so AstraZeneca, so I, for one, not a big fan of any pharmaceutical company trading. As you can see, and I just want to point this out, this is a heavily institutionally and heavily manipulated stock, and you can see it on the chart, because if anybody wants to tell me that they can do price prediction here is out of their freaking mind. Excuse my language. But this is absolutely bonkers and impossible to play. So if you play it at your own cost or your own risk. Giving you resistance zones, 64.15 is the nearest level for your trip to 65 even. That's the only places that I have for you at the moment to the upside. I think this is all-time high. Yeah, this is all-time highs. And you have that kind of vibe going right there. And I guess I don't know, man. That looks that. So you either break and make a move for it, or you're about to see a super dump. You're about to start reversing and heading to the downside, which often can happen in these type of situations. So volume indicator is called volume profile. You could do fixed range or whatever. Are you bullish for this week? Yeah, so far I'm bullish. Sorry, I'm reading you guys' message. messages. Okay, cool. Do so fine. When I get done with YouTube, I'll hang out here. Yo, 15K likes on TikTok, dude. I really appreciate that, guys. Let's try it. Maybe we get 20 before the end of the thing. Yo, I think last week, Coors, you mentioned to me that you had broken or played DE. Of course, this is your jam. Profit taken. Okay, anytime we break a level, what do we want to do? We want to retest it. So that's when you come in. If you do pull back, watch for the test. Watch for 395. And watch for the bounce. Otherwise, and I did speculate on this, right? There's this kind of goofy looking channel here. I'm not 100% sure on it, but a lot of the times if you're going to break all-time highs like you've tested it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in my opinion, supply chain stuff, etc., earnings has already happened and you did bounce. So it seems like the trajectory is up. And with that, I would say 420 and 425 for DE is probably next on the docket. I mean, honestly, it could be a $450 stock before, the end of the month, depending on I mean, just looking at this trajectory, almost looks like Amazon, last year. The volume is called volume profile. What time is morning prep? 8:30 Eastern time. New crib's cooled. The gap indicators called gap. Gap detector 5000. I met all of them just via the internet, just trading, talking. TTD is good. I did in a video already. Go look at the YouTube. I did my SPY prediction on that as well, Anthony. What are the lines you call for a retest? Those are key levels. And key levels are backed up, right? By just, once you start to see it, you just see it, right? You just see the bop, 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 bop. Okay, obviously 366.88 is a problem. Okay, where else has it been a problem? Bop, 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 bop. All right, I get it. Bop, bop, bop. All right, it's obviously clicking here. Same thing there, right? You got a major support. Pop. You broke cleanly out of it, right? After consolidating. Now, and that's what happens too. Like if you were to pull back, you would just do it the same way. If you were to break below 323, you would just be looking for the previous level that you broke out from, right? So 273.16 would be obvious. But anyway, yeah, key levels. Beautiful setup there. Affirm is next. So Affirm falling wedge prediction absolutely came true. I had a couple people, I had somebody on Twitter, I think it was, DM me that they had made 24 grand off of just the Sunday breakdown on Affirm last Sunday, because 4 days of rippage was pretty damn good. But all that being said, falling wedge breakout to the downside. Of course, we are well aware we've got gaps galore. Right now, Affirm, in my opinion, just based off of where I see the downtrend, and you guys will probably have this downtrend yourself, running it off the top and running it off of there. I see Affirm possibly $45 max. Green tomorrow, $46.50. All right, and the reason being is I see this right here, and I'm thinking that's likely going to be the level that we either wick up to and then fall, or maybe even go up to and break and then hold. So, but that's Affirm. Affirm needs to go and test its downtrend before we talk shop about anything else. You made 12K? All right. Stay away from penny stocks if you're new. You know what I thought about doing? You know what I thought about doing? I thought about, since I've kind of been stagnant with the gap, because I mean, we tried, and here's the thing, we tried a specific strategy to do gaps, and we've just kind of like hit a wall. I thought, I was like, man, you know, maybe if I do, we switch it up a little bit. I was like, maybe I will take a $500 account and just put all the money into one trade, every single trade, just to show people it doesn't matter who you are, it's gonna wreck you. That's for another day, though. Affirm XOM is the next one that we've got. XOM looking like a bear flag so far. It's too soon to tell, really. Yeah, definitely got that bear flag type look to it right there. Trend line, I think. So you do have a flat trend there. All right, so keep it simple. Keep it simple right there, bam. So look at those levels. We've got a really nice level, 79.25 and 76.30. Those are two levels to the up and the downside. It does have the bear flag look, but you do have a gap right above you to the upside. It's 81.14. That being said, that's actually where I would suspect Exxon to gap up and fill to. Otherwise, if you do not, and this is a bear flag and we do end up falling, the next level that I have on XOM would be around 74.19. So really nice key levels on XOM on this one. So all right. So I actually have heard people talking about the setup on POWW. If you look at it, kind of giving off the, again, kind of almost that flag type feel coming from this one. You guys can see really flat resistance at $5. Personally, this one $5.35. The overall setup for POW just looks absolutely garbage. And I mean, you did have a kind of interesting break and downtrend, or excuse me, not break and downtrend, but trend retest. But that's currently where you're at right now. So if you do end up falling, watch for POW to fall even lower, because you are up against and at your downtrend right now. For premium chat, do you trade lives every day? Yes. Going forward in the future, things will obviously be a little less rocky. I'm trying to get things a little bit situated as far as scheduling and stuff like that. But for the most part, I am live every single day. Manny is live almost every day. Atlas will be live more often and also every single day. Top Shelf is always on. Pretty much all the admins are on, and a lot of the members are kind of full time in a way where they're always in there, always asking, answering questions, and stuff like that. I'm fearful of Abe off Lincoln. You're talking about Abe's on Lincoln? You gotta be from Savannah. 8:30 Eastern time. Alright, so Neo, oh shit. Alright, so Neo, easy peasy, lemon, Chinese stock, squeezy. This one, downtrend, interesting, bam, bam, bam. Bottom downtrend, man. When did we talk about this, guys? Oh my god. Do you guys remember? Sorry, technical analysis just doesn't work. So, when we were, I remember doing this. So when we were factoring price targets, right, for Neo, this was the one. This was one of the targets, and that was the 1274 level. And I think I was like doubting myself on that one, but I haven't looked at it since. Anyway, 1, 2, 3 taps off of resistance. I think at the most we might see $28 and a gap fill, right? Because there's a little bit of a gap there to fill. So I think $28. Why $28? $28 was a level where not only did we hold, it was kind of like a last stand for Neo. And I mean, maybe, you know, being generous, if we do see stronger moves to the upside, we might see 30 even, right? That level right above it. But ultimately, I think $27.80 and $28 for that gap fill is more than likely. Again, you know, we could see a downtrend. You've got the 200-day EMA on the daily and the HMA lining up at the same mark. That's $30.51. By the time we get there, if we do, I venture to guess that it would either be at $30 or around $28. Again, with that as well, if you guys take a look on a lower time frame, because there's always stuff going on down lower, you guys can see that there was this smaller lower time frame downtrend right there. That is what you met. So you didn't break it. You're still at it. And if you reject it, then I would suspect that this gap below you at 17 closing at 15 is more than likely going to get filled. And I'm actually going to set an alert there because we'll trade that gap. Maybe we'll do gap trading full size. I'll just take $500 and every trade gets full size. We'll do it the Starboy way. That's Starboy strategy. He said YOLO or nothing. How do I find the stocks that I look at? I mean, like, as far as like looking for the stock, I feel like that question is because of people feeling like they missed a certain stock or a sector. Here's what you can do. This is a recommendation to everybody. Go find your major ETFs, SMH, SPY, QQQ, Dow, IWM. Chart them all, figure out which ones have the better setups to move, whatever the case may be. Go to a different sector, go to the financial ETF, right? Go to spot, go to those individual ETFs and figure out which ones look better on the setup and then dial in on the stocks, right? You just need the ETF to look good. Once you find the ETF, then you can go and look at the individual name. So if you see the financial sector looks like it's ready for a move, then go look at Bank of America, go look at Citigroup, go look at all the, Goldman. So just something to think about and keep in mind. Thank you, Frank. There you go. What's up, guys? Thank you for the likes. Yo, we got 18.7 likes, trying to get to 20K for the end of the night. I appreciate you guys a whole bunch. You guys are killing it. Hopefully I'm getting this analysis done. Hopefully your questions are getting answered here. So, all right, so we got another one. We got TTD, guys. TTD. Let's take a look at it because I haven't taken a look at it in a long time. We're gonna figure it out. All right, I already see a downtrend right there. Beautiful. I already see our support right there. Beautiful. Unless it's there, but I don't think so. All right, so I'm gonna be generous with this one because I'm not quite sure if that's valid, but it doesn't matter. Here's the main thing here, and this is the beautiful thing again. Levels. Yep. All right, cool. 78.63. I didn't use any of my indicators until I was ready. 78.63 is the point of control and where you're, I would venture to guess, likely to head. Again, market cooperation is everything. Why does this matter? Because you break a level, right? This is the level you break, by the way. That's $68. This happens multiple times, right? Consolidation underneath, retest, bam. So gap down, right? Or small gap up and pull back down. That changes, right? And then the resistance distance gets narrower. To the upside, though, again, 76.50 and $78 are both viable levels for resistance tap, depending on the vigor of the move to the upside. So. Can I do yeah, I got a lot of stuff going on, guys, right now, unfortunately. Life continues to happen, aside from the stock market, so just trying to focus on mental health and all that other stuff, just as any trader should and any person should. That's how you keep it moving, so. Are earnings important when trading stocks? If why? Earnings can be very important when trading stocks as a potential catalyst to look forward, because a lot of the times people will buy up a stock and run it up into earnings. A lot of the times earnings can get priced in and not move at all. And then you have the potential for a sell-off into earnings. So as you get closer to earnings, yes, there are implications that will affect the stock for sure. Anyway, that's my thoughts on TTD at the moment. So, thanks, Elon. I appreciate that. Yeah. All right. So TTD. The next one I saw was. Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna be honest with you. Square hurt, because Square, I've been waiting for Square to rip and break out of this zone. So this is about as clear as it gets. I think a lot of people are bullish on these services. SQ to 160, y'all. Straight up. Now, there are a couple pit stops, right? Pit stop. All right, that's 150, psychological number. But this is the level that I really am looking for. I really would find it surprising to reverse from here, y'all. Is it possible? For sure. Is a bull market more than likely right now? I don't think so. Was the interest rates likely priced in? I think yes. But that does not mean the market's going to parabolically move to the upside. Can we see a melt up? 100% I agree with a lot of other analysts who see that. But it's all for the greater good, which is red candles. Anyway, so I'm just going to keep it simple here. Just based off of simple supply and demand, we need to hold 142. You guys can see the candle closed on the daily time frame. Look at this right there, 140. Okay, that's where we closed. We're underneath it. We want to close back above it, and we want to play inside of it. So we want to get up to 150, 171, and then the short little trek. So I do think that with a small pullback, whatever that might be, we could see another really, really strong move up and around 158. Otherwise, watch it short below 132. I did see Asana was moving really well the other day, and that one actually had really good. So this one actually has a pretty sweet earnings gap. Or no, it wasn't even from earnings, I don't think. So I see Asana to $55. You have a gap up there as well, but catch you above $47. $47, and I think you're clear to go hit that 54 mark. Obviously 50. It's just levels. Why am I marking that level? Here's one. That's the level I just gave you. That's $45. You got to get above it or nothing. You rejected it. Here's the top of that level, right? I guess I could be generous, but I'm not going to. That's 54. So that's why. Okay, you break into it. You need to break through it. $50. Guys, where's the 50% retracement of this level? What is it? It's $50 on the dot. Money. We love that. We love confluences. We love when things kind of play perfectly like that. So, how can I send you one of my paintings? Just shoot me a DM on Discord, man. I'd love to exchange something for that. Yeah, I collect art, so love to have some more art around the house. I've seen your art too. It's cool. I like it a lot. All right, so Clorox short bleach. Okay. So that's about as bearish as a bear flag can get. Obviously, you just broke down, you bounced, you got a 50% bounce. You want to see a rejection if you're looking lower. Personally, I see you drop into at least 124 even, looking at the trajectory of the stock at the moment. But that being said, anywhere back up above 130, 140, and you should watch Clorox to go fill that gap to the upside. So. Check out Trader's Reality if you want to learn. Who are you, Sack Flipper? I've seen those guys. Not a big fan. That must be yours. It is. How do you find about quad witching? It says it on the calendars. Usually, you'll see something about it. All dead ass. I'm a pass on that one, bro. No cap, no offense, but that's not really what I'm looking for. But y'all appreciate the drop. I've never seen these dudes before ever in my life, so at least on a public platform. I've only seen them on this platform, but nothing that like you don't see them like Meet Kevin or any of those guys. I don't see their analysis being praised or never heard of them before. I do judge when it comes to graphics and stuff like that. Yeah, for sure. You said APPS, right? All right, so I already see this one kind of setting up like this. You can see bottom support is pretty evident. Just go off those key levels for this one. And that's going to be 47.85 for APPS. 47.85. That's going to be the break major point for APPS. You've also got $50 even. Obviously, psychological numbers. So. Yeah, I don't mess with AMC, not at all. Excuse me. Watch 45.83. 45.83. You got a falling wedge. You could see a reversal out of that. So as far as school is concerned, I went to 7 different high schools. My parents forced me, although I was not always the best student, I was still smart enough to get top scores as far as my test scores and state scores were concerned. Got a really good ASVAB score as well, but unfortunately my parents forced me out, so I tried to put myself through high school. And then put myself into college, but obviously when you don't have any support, you have to kind of worry about cash first. So I put that on the back burner and returned to my everyday life of historical preservation and amongst about 900 other things. All right, how can I tell if you're buying or selling calls? So I will never be selling premium. I'm not somebody, I will specifically tell you whether I'm selling anything. And I mean, I'll usually say I'm getting into a, AMD 24, 124 call, this expiration. So. But just to answer that question, as far as like my schooling was concerned, I put myself through a lot of the schooling that I wanted to, or there's a lot of the subjects that I wanted to learn, because of obviously that situation. So, all right, let's do STR Roblox. So interesting setup right now on Roblox. Personally, I see this downtrend from here to there. That's where we're going up against. If Roblox is going to continue lower, obviously they would take advantage of that time frame to do so. Otherwise, I think that a retest of $60 is more than likely, and I would be apt to take that past 53.50, maybe even starting at 52. So. But Roblox looks like it needs to retest as well. Let's see. Roku. So Roku downwards channel looks like it needs to break. I might actually keep this one on the watch list tomorrow. Gap fill is at 144 even. This is a major mark. I actually think this might be a pretty straightforward play, considering the fact that you have now found the bottom of supply, 102, and you now know where the 50% of that zone is. That's 125, and so the top of that zone is 140. That's where you need to aim. And so I would say 140 and 143 is inbound. So, gosh, you love your analysis. Helps me prep the week while still in high school. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I'm glad that you're still doing this. It doesn't matter. Listen, I've met people who have been blue collar their whole life, and this stuff just makes sense to them. I've seen people who have been going to school and colleges and have prestigious education struggle for years. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I really don't think that it matters at all. I think it's more awareness. I think that it's understanding of how the markets work. Getting that fundamental education down. But other than that, I feel like it's just always made to look hard and look overwhelming and be emotional and scare you out as much as possible. So, all right, so AMC has been on the watch list, or everybody's talking about it. They want me to look at it. All right, so here's AMC. All right, watch AMC to give you guys a real big spook and shoot up to 1875. All right, it's gonna scare you. You're gonna be like, what the? And it's just gonna pop. Everybody's gonna freak out. They might dump it again. I personally have this little like wedge forming here. So watch for, if you don't end up going down there, maybe you fall again. But personally, I think you're gonna see 1850, 1825. Long term, right, because I know everybody's still watching that, we're getting close to resistance, so there is the possibility that 2440, if you do break 1875, 2225 is directly after that. So AMC's still not going to squeeze. So here's how it squeezes. Ready? Everybody starts buying AMC and they don't worry about profit. Tell me when that happens, and I'll dive in. But until then, it is easily manipulated. Retail traders are easily moved, easily fraught to sold, because guess what? Nobody uses risk management. Everybody puts money that they want. They want the return now. They want to buy at the perfect time and sell at the perfect time. This is, you got one quarter of the people trying to complete a mission. You got the other quarter of the people, or the other main part of the people just looking to make bajillion dollars easy. So, all right, y'all. NTR, and I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down for the night. Get ready for tomorrow morning. Again, hopefully be on a little bit early tomorrow. But hold on one second. I think somebody told me about this one the other day, and I must have charted it. So one ascending triangle, okay, so right above you, and you're gonna go hit 102. Maybe you break out from there. Otherwise, watch for a fake out to 104 or 103.50. If you don't hold that, watch for this stock to fall back down. So, but it looks like it wants to go up big time. So, and it's ripping. Got a weird doji right there. Oftentimes those can reverse. So. Thank you, Clay. I appreciate you. Appreciate you guys. Those nice comments mean a lot. I appreciate that. All right, so tomorrow morning, what can you do tomorrow morning to get ready? First of all, you should know what your style of trading is. And I'm going to keep going on that because I feel like a lot of people are trying to skate around this. Just pick one, okay? Pick one that you think is going to fit. Pick one. Scalping? You like scalping? Okay. Are you learning about all of them? All right. We'll stop putting a lot of money out there. All right. Wait until you find a strategy. If you have a strategy, starting off your morning is going and looking at those stocks, going and looking for those catalysts, going and looking for those earnings, going and looking for the things that move the stocks that are in your sector or on your watch list. Whether that just be SPY, whether that be a sympathy move, whether that be a price upgrade, price downgrade. Those are things that there's no right answers. You just need to go and one beneficial thing, guys, if you do not use, those of you guys here on TikTok, if you hit the link in my bio and do the Benzinga Pro trial, it's the scanner that I use. You can go and type in, and I'm sure there's a ton of other places you can do this too, but you can go and type in the ticker that you want in the morning when you wake up, and all of the news associated with it will come up and you can read it and go over it. And that's what I would recommend that you do, whether it's Benzinga Pro or somewhere else. Go over and look at those setups. Once you find your setups, mark your key levels. If you have to use pivot points, so be it. If you have to use a multitude of different things, so be it. If you have to ask somebody in our Discord or another trader to maybe take a look at it that you trust, so be it. But just make sure that you guys are marking off those key levels and have some semblance of an idea of where you're going to or what you're going to be trying to do that day. Just to, again, I do think that we see green this week. I definitely think Microsoft 305. I think Apple hits another price mark as well. Close. I think I had Apple at 168. So I see green. We're still not out of the woods, y'all. We still have a lot to get through as far as the world is concerned. But take all of those things into consideration when you wake up in the morning, okay? Because sentiment matters. Reading about, you don't have to believe the news sources, guys, but they're telling retail what to do. They're trying to influence retail what to do, so pay attention to it. You don't have to become a part of it. You just need to observe it. So anyway, be up, be early, be ready. That's going to help you feel confident. Go look at those daily candles. Go look at those long weekly candles. Go look at that hourly setup. Go look at that 4-hour setup. Go look at the 5-minute. Mark out your levels. Feel confident in the trade that you take. Go look at those expirations. And I will see you guys in the morning. So if you guys have any questions, the Discord, by the way, I forgot to update the membership. So the monthlies are back available. So if you guys are looking to join, wanting to join, whatever the case may be, that's where you're going to do that through our website, simplestacksinvestment.com, whatever. Again, if you're new, we're not buying anything. We're not joining any groups. We're not buying any indicators. We're not buying anybody's anything because you got a whole lot of learning to do before you do that. So, alrighty, y'all have a good evening. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. It does look like we're getting ready. So just to end this, my prediction is and hope is that we gap down. We want to gap down and we want to retest 441. We want to retest these levels before all is said and done. So gap down, bullish. Gap up, not so great. So, alrighty, y'all. Have a great evening. Time tomorrow, 8:30, maybe a little bit earlier.